Okay. Yeah.
Do you remember the Amanda show?
Yes.
When they'd say the girls' room in the bathroom?
No.
Oh.
And then what did they talk about?
Never mind.
You weren't cool enough for that.
It was like a group of 4 girls that would be like in the bathroom, just like one of them was really stupid, and the only line she ever had was, "I like eggs." But then like the rest of the girls were like, you know,
it's so fetch.
Yeah. In the girls' room.
Yeah. Wee.
Should we cheers?
Yeah. This morning, we're recording very early this morning, so mimosas for us. Oh, that's actually really good. Holy cow.
Okay, period.
We're on to something.
I know. All right. I
was not expecting that to be so good.
This might be a regular of mine. Yeah. I'm just saying.
I love it. Okay, welcome to this episode of Classy, Sassy, and Shade. I am one of your hosts, Colleen, and this is
Jess.
Yay! Bring.
I'm gonna put bring right here.
Bring. Can you roll your R's?
No.
Brr.
No, and Chris is Mexican and can't roll his R's.
Scarlett speaks Spanish and can't roll her R's.
Yeah.
Sounds super white when she talks.
Yeah. I'm all como está.
Como está? Yeah. I've been like trying to work on my Italian, and it's like the struggle is real. Yeah. I feel like when I get to something that's hard, I'm like, okay, I'm over this. Yeah. And then I go like 3 days without doing it. And now I've taken myself back 3 lessons.
You know what's wild is my whole family speaks German, but not me.
Why not?
It's so wild. It's a wild
They
language.
Didn't care to teach you?
Oh, no, they care.
You didn't care to learn?
No, because I'm like, y'all sound mad at each other all the time. It feels like there's like spit flying everywhere. It's just not appealing to me. No offense to anybody. Not appealing to me.
No offense to the Germans.
No offense to the Germans. I myself am 100%, but
you know, and I thought that speaking Italian, it would sound more like you're like, oh, that's the language of love. Yeah. I don't feel that. Yeah. Maybe it's because I'm learning it.
You feel frustrated. It's the language of frustration.
It's the language of frustration. But like right now I'm learning the segment that I'm doing is like eating, like how to order, where, like to say where you're going to go eat, when, what you want, if you don't want to eat, if you want to drink. And it just, to me, does not sound like sexual.
Yeah.
Which is kind of frustrating. I picked this language so I could be like, blah, 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 blah.
Imagine me being like, sprechen Sie Deutsch. Liebchen.
Yeah.
Like, girl.
You're a what?
My mom speaks Germanglish.
Germanglish?
Yeah. So she'll be like, Jessica. Like when I lived at home, when she would want to say like, come here. She'd be like, Jessica, kommen Sie hier bitte. And I'm like,
is that come here, bitch?
Come here, please.
Yeah, you're right. At the end, it's like,
yeah, it's like, come and see here, bitte. I'm like, oh, or like, I love you is ich liebe dich.
Oh, yeah, I knew that one.
That's so sick. I don't want to do that.
Okay, so my sister's boyfriend back in high school took German and he wrote it out in German, I love you, and made this big poster. It's very, very cute.
Yeah.
But I always read it, ich liebe dich.
Ich liebe dich. It sounds better that way than ich liebe dich. Like, that is so rude. If someone said that to me.
If someone said that to me,
I'd be pissed.
You'd be like, ew. What? No, I've never had one of those.
I'm all, ugh. Get out of here with that. Like Spanish, like te amo. Like, please, gorge. Stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love.
That is the one thing that I do like about Italian and Spanish is that they reference words a lot, or the same or very similar. But the problem with that has been because my kids speak Spanish, and so I hear them, I like have frequently screwed up words or phrases that I feel like should have been very simple.
Yeah. Why do they speak Spanish?
They were in a dual immersion school.
Oh, okay.
So I put them in a Spanish speaking school from kindergarten because, I mean, we're so close to the border.
Yeah, that's super smart to do. Yeah.
Literally the second language.
Yeah.
For here, like if you go to Japan, the second language is English, and it's smart for the those students to learn both, and so they do.
Mhm.
I 100% don't think that we should only learn for 2 to 4 years of a language in high school.
Yeah, no, because I took Spanish and I couldn't tell you anything
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah, but if there was any like local travel, like for my kids in their future,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like around this area, like they're probably going to run into Spanish speakers.
Totally.
So yeah. So then I used to like partially know like ASL because I used to work with disabled adults.
Mhm.
And now all I can really tell you is no and stop.
You're all.
Yeah. I can tell you fuck you and thank you because those are kind of the same. So this is thank you like from your chin.
Yeah.
And then
oh my God.
Yeah.
I just if I'm losing I'm not. That was like
I'm back, guys.
I'm back. Oh my God. I was like, this is not ideal if I lost my voice because there are times that sometimes I can't talk.
All of a sudden?
Mm-hmm.
You're just a mute.
Like it'll happen at work. I'll be like,
girl, it's quit for the day.
Yeah.
Your body being like, shut the fuck up.
It's like you've talked enough today. Leave it alone.
Okay, let's get to our prompt.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I went to the first page that didn't have writing on it, and this one's kind of sad.
Okay. Oh no.
Write about a lonely creature who just wants to make a friend.
Jimmy, come on. Okay. A lonely creature.
Yes. Why? Let's talk about why it's lonely. Why is your creature just not a human?
Yeah, I already have one in my head because I hate it.
Okay, tell me.
Flies.
Oh,
okay, I'm going to write about a lonely fly.
Yeah.
The lonely fly, it's a horse fly, probably.
Oh, those are so gross.
I hate them. And like where my salon is in that breezeway, for some reason we get them sometimes. So I had to go get fly swatters because I'm like, nope, not up in here. You're not.
I've always thought like that's like fly genocide. If you like swat them all. I used to so we would keep the doors open like during potties night potties
during potties.
Potty. We used to keep the door open, and I have dogs, so they like shit during the day in the backyard, and I would have hella flies in my house. I'd take a vacuum and go,
dude. You gotta do. You gotta do.
Yeah. You gotta get rid of them.
Yeah. And I feel like my fly is like a little emo because he knows everybody hates him. Because like, what a douche. And don't flies only live like 24 hours or something?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I literally know nothing.
I feel like it's a lie.
I do too. I'm like, okay, we could just wait one day.
Yeah.
And they'll be gone.
But it's not even a thing.
No.
There's multitudes. They keep, in the 24 hours, are they born and then they start boning left and right? Like it's like their life's mission to keep boning?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And
my fly's a whore. Add that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Emo fly, whore fly.
Yes. Yes, because all it does is bone.
Okay.
Which is a very lonely life, I've heard.
Jumping from one fly to another.
Yeah. I feel like I heard it gets lonely.
Yeah.
I
bet. Yeah. Because, I mean, it's looking for a friend. It's looking for
like a
friend.
mate.
Yeah.
Like a long time. Only one mate.
But it just can't stop boning.
It's like a sex addict. So it's not settling with one.
Which is why it doesn't have any friends.
Yes.
Because it's screwed everybody else's wife.
Exactly. Yeah, it's pissing everybody off.
Yeah.
He's Mr. Still Yo Fly.
Still Yo Fly.
And his background song, when he how people have a walk-up song?
Yeah.
His is, I gotta stay fly. That's his. And the ladies love it. But he has no friends.
But he has no friends.
People are jealous and he steals their wives.
Okay, is that the name of the song? I gotta stay fly.
I think it's just Stay Fly by 3-6 Mafia.
Oh, okay.
Specifically.
Stay Fly by 3-6 Mafia. Theme song.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's your creature?
Oh my God. Okay. I don't know why this was the first one. We thought creature and you said fly. I thought like, oh, animals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why this is what I went to, but mine is a giraffe.
Okay.
And my giraffe is also an asshole.
Yeah.
And just enjoys doing that swingy giraffe head thing.
That would make me mad.
I know. And then it lost all of its friends and its family doesn't want to hang out with it. And it's just trying to play.
It's just trying to play, but he's coming off really rude.
Yeah. He's got a very strong attitude.
Yeah.
He's very aggressive.
When he's mad and like tries to leave the room, does he do and like flip his head?
Yeah, but like it's more like a wow. Like when
he really makes a statement.
Yeah, when he leaves.
Yeah,
when he
I
leaves.
like that.
It's like enough force to like pick up his front legs and spin his body.
Wow.
Yeah,
that would piss me off. Get out of here, giraffe.
And he doesn't have any friends.
Right.
But he doesn't understand why.
Right.
He's like lonely and he thinks he's so cool.
Right.
He's like nobody else does this.
He's very cover girl. Cover girl.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Like he like snaps when he walks.
Yes. Yeah. He's like so fabulous.
But everyone takes it wrong.
Everybody hates him.
That's so messed up.
There goes the fabulous Frank. Snap at his neck.
Snappy Frank over here.
At all the single guys.
Yeah.
All right. Fabulous Frank. Okay.
That would get annoying though. It's like giving. Do you follow astrology at all?
Not really.
They always say that like Leo energy is very like front and center. Like it's about me. That type of thing.
Yeah.
He's a Leo.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fabulous Frank is a snappy Leo. He's
snappy. His birthday is August 20th.
Oh, do you know?
My birthday is August 30th.
There's a Leo in the room, isn't there? To my left, there might be a Leo in here.
I'm a cusp baby. I'm technically a Virgo.
You're like right smack.
Yeah, I'm the 30th, and so depending on what chart you follow, some of them will say like this range is a cusp.
Yeah.
But I'm not like born on the day that it swaps over. I'm like one day over.
So you are technically a Virgo.
I am technically a Virgo.
But you probably have a little bit of Leo just sprinkled in there because you're just the day after.
So old Colleen. Yeah. She was kind of a douche.
Yeah.
Oh, you know?
Sorry.
Girl, yeah.
I'm all yeah. Uh-huh. And then what?
Go on. I used to say I am a. These are really dirty. Wow, look at
and we're drinking out of them. That's freaking disgusting.
Sitting on the ground.
It's fine. We're not surviving this.
No. I used to say that I was a Virgo by birth, but a Leo by choice.
Well, you have 3 signs in your chart. I used to, in a previous life, on the radio, they would do astrologists, and I would read people's charts for them.
Astrologist.
Yeah. And it was a very popular segment where I was like a psychic. And I'd be like, oh, well, this explains why you're a douche.
We should make an email and have people that are like ghosted write in, and we should call the ghosters.
Yeah.
And like be like, this is Jess and Colleen.
Yeah. Why did you do that?
Yeah. Did you recently go on a date with Daniela?
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, yeah. Be like, why did you ghost her? I really want to know. I don't have I have the ability to block somebody, and I feel like if I block or ghost someone, it's like really obvious.
Yeah.
But I don't have the ability to like go on a date and like maybe I didn't have like the greatest time and then just not follow up because I didn't have the greatest time.
I cannot follow up.
I
think it's so rude.
It's like so wild to me because like I think because okay, so today's topic is insecurities. So this is perfect. Okay. So you're so guilty for this, aren't you? I can see it.
I want to say I hate when it's happened to me. It sends me into oblivion because why are you ghosting me? That doesn't make sense to me.
Yes, that's the thing. It's like the why.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel so, I just could not do it to somebody else. I couldn't ghost somebody.
Well, I've only done it a couple of times.
Damn, bitch. A couple, not even just one.
Oh, no.
How many people you be dating? Just a couple, though, right? So, like, for most of the people that you're not currently with, and that you went on one date, you ghosted them?
Yeah.
But there was batting like 90% right now.
But there was one in particular I needed to ghost him.
Okay, hold on. You could be like our first person. Let's go back through your role and find the people you ghosted.
He would probably be like, what? It was like 5 years ago. He's probably like, who is she?
Oh my God. Could you imagine if I was like, do you remember that girl, Jess, that like you went on a date with and then she like never called you back? And he was like, oh my God, yes, I remember her.
He's all, I love her. He's all, I'm in love with her. Yeah, no.
I'm traveling through space and time right now to find her.
Which is crazy because it wouldn't be the first time.
I know.
Imagine that.
I know.
No, this one in particular, no, it was before I met my ex-husband. So it was like 6 years ago, actually. But he, he really weirded me out. It was like creepy. It was like, you want to see my dick? Like that type of thing. Yeah.
Okay, so then he probably knows why.
Oh, I'm sure he knows why. I just, and I wasn't like on the date like, yeah, I do. I was like, no.
Yeah. Okay. So you're like clearly giving a like, okay, this is weird. But
yeah. But like, I think he thought that we had like good banter or something because I think he thought I was kidding. Like, he's like, haha. Like, and like maybe he thought he was kidding, right? Like, oh, you want to see my dick? And me being like, no. And him being like, You know what how a man is like,
oh, no, 100%.
That type of thing.
Yeah. No,
because then
100%.
after the date, he texted me and was like, that was so fun. Like, when are you available? And I was like, I'm not. Nope.
You're like, never.
Yeah. But then the more recent one, we didn't actually go on a date, but we were like talking and like getting to know each other. And he scared me. And so I ghosted him.
Okay. So I think that that's like acceptable when someone is like scary.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a story recently that a guy and a girl went out on a date and they got like really drunk, and the guy, like, they started talking about their exes, and the guy was like, oh yeah, I'm like newly single, you know, my ex cheated on me, blah 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 blah. And the girl was like, what's her name? Like, do you have pictures of her?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, like, and they like, you know, talked and looked at photos, whatever. And then she's like, where does she live? Where does she work? And he was like, okay, even for being drunk, he was like, okay, this is getting kind of weird. So like he's like was like, I don't want a second date. And she confronted him and she was like, why? And he was like, because you were like low key talking about like stalking my ex.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, you're a good man, and girls like that ruin good men for girls like me. And I just want her information. Like, you don't need to worry about what I'm gonna do. Like, that's a reason to ghost somebody.
Listen, I'm crazy, okay? And even I think that's crazy.
It's crazy. I'll show you the clip, like after. I'll show you.
That is wild.
It's so crazy. She's literally like, you don't need to worry about what I'm going to do. And he's like, that's why I'm worried about what you're going to do. Like, you don't
why
need
are you going to do something?
You don't need to do anything. And she's like, you don't need to worry about it. And he's all, I'm worried about it.
But like, I kind of love her for being so upfront about it. You know what I mean?
She put like all her crazy cards on the table.
She was like, this is who I am. Yeah. She didn't like wait to come out and say it.
Yeah,
you know?
She put all her crazy cards on the table.
Yeah.
I just thought like, okay, that is a good reason to ghost someone when you have crazy girl vibes, crazy guy vibes. I've had both.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, no, I have not had both because I only date on one side of the spectrum, but I've seen both.
You don't bat both ways, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not batting for both.
Well, I'm a lesbian, so.
Woo, hot take.
According to our previous podcast episode.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay, speaking of our previous episode, oh my God, some of the people that have commented and said things, we'll get into that like in another episode because that's like a whole ass thing. But
they're all men.
They are.
I'm
yes.
telling you,
and like,
every
oh
time.
my God. And like, what's crazy is me and my friend used to talk all the time about like, let's say tea. Okay.
Mhm.
Like, what's her mom doing? What's her grandma doing? What are her cousins doing? Like, how is work going? Yada, yada, like all the little things like sprinkled in. Right. And her boyfriend used to be like, you guys are so much a drama. And I would be like, we're just kind of catching up.
Mhm.
Like, sure, I guess we're spilling tea, like grandma's being an asshole, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, it's not going anywhere. It's not changing anything.
That's like normal girl talk.
Yeah. That's just like, we're having a conversation.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I never ever thought anything was bad about it.
Yeah.
And then something happens with, you know, somebody in like his friend group, and he's over here talking all kinds of smack to like everybody that'll listen. And she is like, bruh, I thought you said I was the drama.
Yep.
Like, you're the drama.
Yeah.
Guys,
It's always the man. I'm telling you, I have said this. Everyone's always like, you're such a man hater. And I'm like, yes. But but men hate women. I will die on that hill. Men hate women unless they are gay.
Or the woman that they're with.
Or the woman that they're with, hopefully.
Yeah. Or their
that,
moms.
Or well,
yeah.
There
depending.
are some cases where men are super disrespectful to their moms.
Yeah.
Which is a red flag to me.
Yeah.
Or like their sisters, like when they're like mean to their sisters, or when they're mean to even like their friends that are girls. Like, hot take, part of why I like Chris is, or that I started liking him in the first place, was because he has like girls that are friends and he's genuinely so kind to them, like respectfully, like very like
polite,
very polite.
Yeah.
And like, I know that if they were being like harassed by somebody or whatever, like they would probably call him because like he would get them through. He's kind of girly pop.
Yeah.
I think a man needs to be a little bit girly pop.
So is Jimmy.
A little metro, a little bit able to like relate to women in some way or another.
Well, he was like raised with his mom, and I mean, he has his dad too, but like his mom and his grandma is like, that's like who he like mentally connected with. He didn't have any siblings.
Yeah.
But totally the same, like a little like, I don't know if I'd go metro, but like a little sensitive. Yeah. Very sweet and caring, is like the type of person that'll reach out and say, hey, I'm just checking on you today to make
like,
sure.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
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 Totally.
Or like, I'll start my period and he'll be like, what do you need me to do?
Yeah.
Do you want a back rub?
Yeah.
Like, how are you feeling okay? Like, he knows that like I don't feel the greatest on the first day, and I'm like a suck it up and truck on through it. And he's like, no, let me pour you a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Just put your feet up.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that when, like, with our podcast, which we will talk about that at another time, I guess, but like the hate comments we've gotten are from men. And it's because we are two women sitting in this podcast
talking about
men. How like that one episode where I was like, if I lived on an island, I wouldn't want a man there. And they're like, wow.
Yeah. It's the end of the world.
How? Why? And it's like, this is Exhibit A, babe. The story writes itself. I don't know.
You're all, I haven't quite figured that out yet.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, wow, great question. Zing! I'm an orc. Put the picture right here. Yeah, literally, like, I can't.
Yeah, it's wild. It is so wild. Like, the amount of hate that comes from men. Mm-hmm. Especially, like, men don't understand. Like, and I think that this is just because they don't, like, go through it. Like, all the emotions that are like involved in like our appearance, and like how much effort we put in. I have been like criticized for not wearing makeup. I've been criticized for wearing too much makeup. I have been criticized for not wearing, brand name items, and then I've been criticized for wearing brand name items. Like, it's so wild to me, like, that everybody has an opinion, but at the same time, I don't think that men like normally really care. Yeah. Like, when people are like, oh, why did you buy Prada shoes? Like, and they're like, oh, I thought they were dope. And then that's it. That's women, they're like, did I buy Prada shoes? Do I feel like I need Prada shoes?
Right.
Should I have bought these Prada shoes?
Yeah.
Am I in debt now because I bought the Prada shoes?
Right.
Did they not like my Prada shoes?
Like,
I thought that everybody would like the Prada shoes.
Yeah. Like why is anyone saying anything about the Prada shoes?
Yeah. Why didn't anybody notice my Prada shoes? Yes. And so we like beat ourselves up. And like there are things that people will say to us that like stick for way fucking longer than they should.
Totally.
Like way longer than they should.
Yeah.
And I am like, or like trauma that'll happen and nobody else knows it, but you know it. And now you've like given yourself the ick.
Yeah, totally.
Someone wrote in, sent me a text message, told me the story. And they were at a wedding. They were a bridesmaid and they were giving a speech and they had just started using the Diva cup and they were still kind of new to using it. I've never used it before.
It scares me.
I'm like, I like, if I'm going to start using it, it's going to have to be like when I'm home.
Right. When you have like a couple days off.
Yes. Yeah. For this exact reason. So she said she was giving a speech and she could noticed, she's in her dress, her bridesmaid dress, that her cup was slipping out during her speech at a wedding. And so she said that she like, I'm going to use the term sucked it up, but I don't mean that.
She giggled.
But yes, that's what I mean. Like she was like tightened and like got through her speech and then made it to the bathroom. And luckily she said that there wasn't like a huge mess or anything. But like that's like one of those times where you're just like sweating bullets because even though nobody else knows what's happening, you're like, oh my God, everybody's staring at me.
People can tell I'm clenching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. People can tell I'm clenching. People can tell I'm nervous. People can tell. Yes. And I degaff about most things. Yeah. But like that is one thing. And I've tried to like really train my brain to be accepting of like everybody, including myself, especially myself. And that's like one thing I still really, really struggle with. Somebody will stare at my like nose for too long. And I'm like, what? Oh my God. I'm like freaking out.
Yeah.
I'm like freaking out.
Have you ever like, I hate when you like have like an itch on your nose, but you're talking to somebody and then it looks like you're like, you like have to pick it, but you're like just itching your nose.
Right. You're just like this.
Like I'll like, like if someone like looks away from it, I'm like, she's well, and I have my septum and it flips around, right? Yeah. So sometimes I can feel if it's like way over here and I'm like,
yeah.
Like I have to like mess with it.
Yeah.
I was doing a job interview one time. I was interviewing for a really nice restaurant in town and I had sticky boobs on.
Like for your outfit?
Yes.
Okay.
I was wearing a nice shirt. But like the way the shirt was, it wasn't completely off the shoulder, but it was like off like enough that if I wore a bra, it would show.
Yeah. And it would look inappropriate.
Yeah. And so I put sticky boobs on and it was a summer day. I guess I was a little moist. And as I'm sitting.
I just had to itch my nose and then you looked at me and I put my hand down.
I'm on exhibit A.
Yeah. Stop picking Colleen.
Yes, Colleen.
Gosh, I'm telling you.
Wait until I'm done talking. Give me a second. Okay. So this guy, is across from me this way, right?
Yeah.
And I always naturally sit with my legs crossed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so I can feel righty is about to fall off. I can feel it. Mind you, at the time I had metal in my boobs. So if it comes off, he's going to see there's a piercing in there. And this girl, really, come on, this is a nice establishment. So,
is your whole tata like going to flop out?
No.
Okay.
It's just the shirt was kind of tight. And like, I knew it was just going to probably not look great.
And all of a sudden one just drops down.
And literally like, I was thinking I'm trying to interview with this guy, but I'm also thinking in the back of my mind, when we're done interviewing, I'm going to have to stand up and shake his hand. The sticky boob's going to fall into my lap. What do I do? Right? I'm mortified. It does end up falling off. What did I do? It falls into my lap. I chucked it under the table. And it might still be there to this day. And I prayed, Lord have mercy, please. I hope he didn't see my titty. Or me flick a sticky boob under the table.
Or notice that maybe my boobs aren't the same size anymore.
One is like really round and like super cute. The other one's just kind of like, man, here I am. Like, I was mortified. Did I get hired? No.
I mean, if you did, okay, question. If you did get hired, would you have gone in for your first day? Or would you have just been like, would you have ghosted the call?
I think I wouldn't have gone. I think that to me, I'm like, God telling me not to work here, because how does that happen mid-interview?
Oh my God. Did he? Okay. This is before you stood up to shake his hand.
Yes. And he was hot. I was mortified. I remember being like, ooh, hubba, hubba. Yeah, like,
and then she's literally, I'm so turned on. My nipple got so hard. And then
it shot my thing out.
Sticky boob off. It's like the girl version of when a guy gets a boner.
I've always wondered that. That must be so awkward. Like, I have talked to Chris about this, like, because I remember in 7th grade, I sat next to this boy and he got called to do something like in the front of the class and he wouldn't get up. And I was like, oh, are you okay? And he and I were friends. Yeah, no, in junior high.
Okay.
And he and I were friends. And I don't think I knew even what a boner was at the time. Yeah. Like, I just wasn't educated.
Yeah, no. You and your little church group.
I don't think I learned about a boner until I was like 25. And but he was like, yeah, like, my penis is hard. It's like, oh my God.
Girl, is that a medical condition? Do you need help?
Like, that's wild. He's all, it just happens though. Like, he's like, I don't know. It's like, yeah. But like, he wouldn't get up.
That's a rough time for boys. Yeah. Somebody. I don't want to out anyone. So I don't want to accidentally say my husband. It's not my husband that told me this. It's like one of my brothers or something. But somebody, a guy, friend, or someone I was close with told me that, especially in gym, because the gym shorts are like silky
and they like rub
and they like, they like move back and forth. And so that's like the worst. Like, basically throughout all of freshman and sophomore year, you're just like at least half chub the whole time during PE. Like,
that must be mortifying.
But you know what? I'm like, yeah, but like for like the hoe girls that are like, they're like, oh, he's packing heat. And you're like, just at half mast.
They're all, wow.
Yeah, dang, daddy.
I had a boyfriend. I'm not going to out him, but he weird, you know, and he told me that the first time he discovered ejaculation, it was, he wanted to see if his ween would fit into a shoe. And he pretty much like
jerked himself off with a sneaker? Stop talking.
I did stop talking. And I remember being like,
why would you tell people that?
But he was also like young, you know, like 12. Oh, and I was like, God. I wonder what, like, do you remember your first time orgasming?
I
remember mine.
I don't know. I feel like
it was later in life, though, for me. That's probably why I remember it.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I do, but then at the same time, like, I don't, in my brain, it's not like, oh, this is a story. This is a first.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
like, he remembers the shoe, Because that's a pretty monumental time, I think.
Okay, so I'm like dying to know if he continued to wear that brand. Like
I asked him actually
a loyalist to the brand that first.
He's all Nike really got it like that, you know. But
they told me just to do it.
Not the multi-purpose shoe. I had asked him. I'm like, did you do it that ever again, or was that like a one-time
I don't know
thing?
what the answer to this.
And he said no.
Oh, okay.
But I'm thinking as like a young boy, that must be so horrible. I'm sorry.
Did he wear the shoe again?
I don't know.
Dang.
I don't know.
I feel, what are you going to do? Like, what if it's a brand new pair? You're going to go to your mom and say, Mom, I can't ever wear these again.
You're like, Mom, something's in here. I don't know what it is.
She's like very American Pie. She just like sticks her hand in there and she's like, oh my God.
Interesting.
Oh, honey. She's all. Oh, honey.
Oh, honey. I know. I don't. Being a boy must be hard. Like, being a girl growing up was hard, but I think probably in the growing up ways, being a boy is probably a little harder.
So I'm a girl with all brothers.
Yeah.
I feel like girls have it hard. I would say like through the end of elementary school and then through high school.
Yeah.
And for two different reasons. Through the end of elementary school, they're going through like a very awkward, ugly phase.
Everyone's ugly.
Yeah. Everybody's ugly, but girls know it.
Yeah.
And guys don't care.
Yeah.
And they're still very immature and playing and just boys will be boys kind of thing. And then junior high is when I think the boys have it the hardest. And then high school, I would say the girls have it harder because of the boys, which is like so unfortunate. A lot of my conversations at home right now are preparing my children for the things that they're going to hear in high school.
Yep.
Because they were homeschooled for 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah.
Now, Scar's in varsity cheer. So she's already like made a little clique.
She gets like, a one up there.
She's got like girl buddies, right? She's got a little squad essentially, right? But Amelia doesn't.
Does Amelia hang out with Scar? Well, they haven't had school together.
They haven't had school together. When they were in elementary school, yes, but they were in that dual immersion school and the school was very, very small. They are best friends. So, and I know that they get on each other's nerves. Will Scarlett have Amelia's back? Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Now in 6th grade, like I said, they were going through their awkward, ugly phase. Scarlett was trying really, really hard to fit in. And now that girl does not give 2 fucks who likes her. I love it. And sometimes I have to be like, Scarlett, you can't say that out loud.
Yeah.
Appropriate. Like, or it's rude, or she just doesn't understand the difference between caring what people think and like being disrespectful. And so that's like where she's like maybe being disrespectful to somebody because she's just like 100% her.
Yeah.
And I have to be like, you can't say that.
She gets that from her mother.
I'm aware.
Totally.
I'm aware. She's also very, very self-aware. So yesterday, this is like a betrayal moment. So she is in cheer and they do comp cheer. So they're doing stunts. Okay. And she catches a girl and the girl elbows her in the ear really bad. It's like red. It's ringing. It hurts. She also has just started her period this day. But she's telling me the story. It hurts. It's really bad. And one of the girls is like, here, let me show you like how you can do this better so you don't get hit. And of course the girl was like, oh, I'm sorry, whatever.
Yeah.
And so Scarlett has like tears coming down because her ear hurts really bad. Yeah. And the girl is like, I know you're having a hard time, but just watch. And she took that as like the girl, like being very dismissive of her feelings or being like, I know you're crying, but can you pay attention? Yeah. Is how she took it. And she's telling me this in the car and she's crying on her way home. And I'm like, did you start your period today? And she's like, yes. And so this is yesterday, day before yesterday. So yesterday she comes home and she goes, oh, I went and talked to that girl and I told her that I was like, sorry for being like a sissy lala. And she said, oh girl, don't worry. We all have our days.
Oh,
she was like, I feel much better because she felt like that girl was like judging her. And I said, I did not take that comment that way. So just like kind of take it with a grain of salt. I did not tell her to go talk to her. She took it upon herself to go up to her and be like, I'm sorry that I was like very emotional and probably had a little bit of sass yesterday. And the girl was like, don't sweat it.
Love that.
Yeah. She's very self-aware. But that's the other thing is like they have all those questions like, does this make me look fat? Should people like, should I care about this? What is like if you had to tell your younger self the one insult that was going to like trigger you to be prepared for, what would that insult be? That
I'm very hairy. Then that it's fine.
So when people notice, it really bothers you.
Well, I take care of it now. So I literally shave my legs every single day.
Yeah.
But that's more of a like that's a personal preference. Like I don't like it being stubbly. But like I remember the first time someone commented on like I remember it. And I think I was probably in like first or second grade. Someone had commented on my eyebrows because my eyebrow hair is dark. And like my skin is really light.
Yeah.
My body hair, all my body hair is dark, which is super weird. Against light skin. But if you see my dad's more like some Germans can either be like pretty dark or pretty light. He's dark. And I take after him, but I have my mom's white skin, but my dad has dark hair. So like you can really see if I let it grow out for however long. But my eyebrows specifically, if I don't take care of them, are humongous. When I was born, I was 2 months early, and the nurse was like, "Oh my God, look at her eyebrows, like huge."
Oh my God!
And I still wasn't even done being baked, like huge. And so,
oh my God,
yeah, my mom was all, "Oh, like they're huge." And so
she's all, "Let's just get a razor for this."
Right? She's all, "Let me just wax you real quick before you're done." But I remember Kayla. I'm not going to say her last name because I don't know where she's at in life. I'm sure she's great. Kayla, my friend, came up to me and was like, "Okay, Chewbacca, like, are you going to take care of that?" Like, I remember this. And I was like, what? Like, she was
your friend?
Yeah. And like, my parents were never like, "Oh, honey, you have a unibrow." Like, I grew up with the mom that's like, "You're so stunning. People are so jealous of you." Like, whenever when a girl would be mad at me, it'd be like, "She's jealous of you." It was never like, well, what did you do to make her mad? It was always like, I grew up with that mom.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. And so like, I never knew like, oh, my eyebrows are huge and like, they're like different. Like, I didn't know that until it was pointed out to me.
Yeah.
And then my parents were like, "Okay, well, yes, we all have that. You're hairy and it's fine." But then as I like,
and an Audi is totally normal.
And an Audi is totally normal. You're totally normal, babe. Like, they're just jealous of you.
They're jealous of you and your Audi.
But that's literally like, that was the one thing. I started waxing my eyebrows really young. I started shaving my legs. This must have been in second grade because I started, my mom let me start shaving.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because my legs were so hairy. Like, and I was so mortified after that because it was like after she pointed this out, I think I started looking everywhere else and being like, "Oh my God, like I have dark body hair." And my mom would be like, if you feel better, we can shave. And so I did. I started shaving really young.
Yeah.
But like,
that's like smart. I think that I'm like literally going to go home today and ask my kids what if anything on their body bothers them.
Yeah.
Because like, I didn't even think about that. I'm also like, I really do believe that my daughters are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying that because I'm their mom. I really believe that they are gorgeous. And so, but you don't think of like how they think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what their insecurities are. Because like, it's like wild to me. I'm like always about like my weight and my diet and like being able to stretch or being flexible or whatever. Like I'm always about it because I'm so fearful of looking or being like at an unhealthy weight.
Yeah.
I was there once and I'm just like, it's so in my head, like it's almost unhealthy.
Yeah.
But people will look at me, even when I was like at my biggest, people would look at me and be like, are you seriously? Like, for real?
Like, you need to calm down.
Yeah. Like, like, oh my God, I would die for your body. And I'm very curvy. And I was very curvy then, probably more so curvy.
Yeah.
But I was unhappy with me. And that's why, like, when I talk about like being on a diet or talk about like wearing a waist trainer or any of those things, I'm always like, it's not about I've had someone tell me, like, what does your husband think about that? Or what does he say to you? Like, thinking that it's like him that's making, and I'm like, my husband supports what I do.
Yeah.
It is 100% not him. It's about me making me feel good. Yeah. And then that's important, is that like you believe that you're doing whatever it is to be your most beautiful self.
Totally.
Yeah. Just shave them legs, girl.
Yeah. I know. My mom was like, let's do it then. It's fine. So I never had that issue.
Yeah.
But
for sure. Okay. So I think that wraps up this episode. Remember that you are beautiful.
Gorgeous, honey.
You're gorgeous, honey. You're gorgeous.
And I think that people that look a little weird are like the most beautiful people.
Oh, they're my favorite. Totally. I love scars. I love stories. I love
Audis.
Hey now.
Everyone's beautiful.
I love all the Audis. I do. I like 100%. I think you should fix people's crowns.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you look at yourself in the mirror and you should fix your crown too.
Totally.
Like, yes, give yourself a round of applause for all the great things that you are. Don't let people get in your head. Don't let them call you stupid ass names or whatever. Like, if you're satisfied, if you're happy, if you're comfortable, that's what matters.
That's all that matters, honey. Period, babe. Be bold.
Be bright.
And have a little bite.
Bye.